Hey everybody, Tony Bears again, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Superman Man of Steel, or as they're calling it, Man of Steel. I don't know why they just don't call it Superman, Man of Steel, but whatever. Okay, first we got here is a picture of Henry Cavill in the costume as Superman. I like the costume. I really like the cape. I really like the S-shield. Colors look good. So one thing about the cape is you can't see the back of the cape. You can't see if it has that yellow S on the back. And in the last movie, Superman Returns, his cape was lacking that yellow S-shield on the back. That's one of the complaints I had of that Superman Returns costume, is that it did not have the yellow S-shield on the back of the cape. If they got rid of it, I'm going to be disappointed, because I personally like that yellow S-shield on the back of his red cape. I like the S-shield on his chest. I like how big it is. It's nice and big. That's another thing I didn't like about the Superman Returns costume, is I felt that the S-shield was kind of small. In this picture, we get a better look of the costume, and I have to say, I miss the red undies. I think the red undies help to break up the costumes, so the majority of the costume doesn't look like it's all blue, so it doesn't look like a giant Smurf. And I'm one of those people who never had a problem with the red undies. I really don't understand the people who do have a problem with it. Some people say, well, that's weird, him wearing his underwear outside of his pants, well, that's stupid. The thing about that is, the people who say that aren't comic book fans. Those are the people who also say, oh, comic books are for kids. Those people don't collect comic books. And they've also gone with this look in the comics as well. And I have to say, I am disappointed about that, because I feel that DC, it seems to be that they're giving into peer pressure. In other words, having heard so many people say how they think the undies look stupid, since so many people have said that, they're kind of like, well, maybe we ought to change the costume. So many people don't like it. Another reason why I'm the type of person who I've never had a problem with the red undies, it's because Superman is an alien, okay? And who's to say what aliens' clothes look like? On the planet Krypton, that might be a very common look. That might be the same as blue jeans on Earth. It's an alien world. Of course their clothes are going to look a little strange to us. And that's a problem I have with the New 52 Superman, where he wears jeans, a t-shirt, and a cape. I mean, that's just too casual. In my opinion, you need a superhero costume. I mean, wearing a t-shirt and cape with your jeans, that looks more ridiculous than the red undies. I have the same problem with the costume that Superboy wore for a long time. The jeans and black t-shirt with the red S on it. I mean, what's the point of that? That is not a superhero costume to me. Another reason why I don't mind the red undies is he's not wearing underwear over his pants. It's actually one piece. He doesn't put anything over top his uniform. Another reason why I don't mind the red undies is Superman's costume was based on circus performers of the time. That's just what they wore. That was one of my complaints about Superman's costume in Superman Returns, is that I felt that his red undies were too small. They looked like Speedos, and I thought that was kind of awkward. They went from the red undies being too small to not having them at all. Now here's a picture of Superman, and he's meeting up with Zod and Zod's female companion. I forget her name, but she's not called Ursa in this version. It's something else. But anyway, I wanted to point out that General Zod is wearing a CGI suit. Superman, he's in full costume there, and Zod's female companion is in full costume suit, which makes me wonder, why is he wearing this CGI suit? What is gonna be on his suit that it needs to be CGI? Who knows? We'll find out when we see the movie. And next picture here is Superman in plain clothes, and the beard, and his hair is all messed up. I don't know, he looks homeless here. I don't know what's going on. It's got me wondering, what's going on? Somebody told me that this is probably has to do with a story arc in which Superman, before he became Superman, traveled the world helping people, before adopting the persona of Superman. Here's a picture of Russell Crowe as Jor-El. I have to say, I like the costume. You can see he has the S-shield. This costume looks very regal. He looks like he's playing a king here, which I'm not sure it really fits with Jor-El, since Jor-El is a scientist. I don't know, maybe this is what scientists wear on Krypton. Maybe it's like formal wear, like this is their version of a tuxedo or something. When I heard Russell Crowe was cast as Jor-El, I thought, alright, that sounds pretty good to me. I like Russell Crowe, I think he's a good actor. Now here's a few pictures of Smallville. In this particular picture you can see that someone has put in the window a sign that says, "Go Smallville Spartans," which of course is a reference to the director Zack Snyder, who has directed the movie 300. So I thought this was kind of funny. Here's another picture of a Smallville street, and it looks like some kind of damage has taken place. Who knows what's going on here? Is Superman fighting someone here? Perhaps Superman caused this problem himself accidentally, you know, in Smallville when he was younger, when he was trying to figure out his powers. There's the Smallville Hotel. Here's a picture of Henry Cavill on set. Like that other picture that I said he looked homeless. He's got the beard here and his pants are torn. He's apparently been in some kind of accident. It looks like he's wearing dog tags too, which I thought that was kind of strange. You know, why is he wearing dog tags? Here's another picture of some rescue helicopter comes in, and apparently Clark is helping them with some kind of disaster. Here's another picture, and Clark is waving his hands, yelling something, and they have a lot of rescue workers here, and I thought this was really strange because it kind of looks like he's like giving them orders in this picture. And I thought to myself, why is Clark giving them orders? Number one. Number two, why are they following his orders? I mean, he's just in his civilian clothes now. They wouldn't think he is Superman. I would understand them following the orders of Superman if he's been well established as being a superhero, but here he's just a half-naked guy, and it's kind of like, okay, we'll just follow the orders of this crazy looking homeless half-naked guy, you know. That's why I thought it was strange. It's like, wouldn't you think that guy was kind of weird? And here he is waving down the helicopter with the other rescue workers. How many people do they need to stand and wave their hands around to have a helicopter land there? And now I'm going to talk about casting here. It was revealed that Lawrence Fishburne will be playing Perry White. You know, the controversy there is that he's black and he's playing a white character, and I have no problem with this. One, Perry White, he's not a major character, he's more of a side character. An important side character, but still a side character nonetheless. There's not much more I could say. I have no problem with him playing with it. I like Lawrence Fishburne. Now, if it was a black actor who was completely wrong for the part, say like, I don't know, Marlon Wayans was playing Perry White, then I'd have a problem, you know, because he is definitely not right for the part. As a matter of fact, if you look at Lawrence Fishburne, he actually looks like a black Perry White. I mean, he's graying at the sides, you know, he's slightly overweight, he's just about the right age, so, you know, why not? And finally, we have Michael Clarke Duncan, who is rumored to play Lex Luthor. Now, I don't know how true that rumor is. His name does not appear on the IMDb Man of Steel page, so as of yet they have not confirmed that. I've seen his name in the credits on another website, and I don't know how true that actually is. But as far as he goes, I like Michael Clarke Duncan. I think he's a good actor. As far as playing Lex Luthor, I'm not sure. Other than the fact that he is bald, I don't really see him playing Lex Luthor. Although, like I said, I think he's a good actor, so I think he could pull it off. But I don't think that I would have chose him to play Lex Luthor. But again, we'll see how it goes. And if they do have Lex Luthor in this movie, I want to see the armored suit. So to sum up, Superman's costume, for the most part, I like it, but I do miss the red undies. As far as the casting goes, it seems to be a pretty decent cast. I don't have any big problems, and I'm hoping that this movie will be pretty awesome. My name is Tony Beers, and I'll see you next time.